Neymar's full story, from the streets of Brazil to football royalty. He's one of the most skillful footballers of all time, a magician with the ball, a nightmare for defenders, and a player who has dominated the footballing world for over a decade. But Neymar's story is more than just goals and tricks. It's a journey of struggle, sacrifice, and relentless ambition. From the narrow streets of Brazil to the grandest stages of world football, his rise to superstardom is a tale of passion, controversy, and history-making moments. But how did a young boy from humble beginnings rise to become the most expensive footballer in history? What challenges did he face along the way? And what is Neymar's true legacy in football? This is the full story of Neymar Jr. On February 5, 1992, in São Vicente, Brazil, Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. was born into a world where football was more than just a game. It was a way of life. His father, Neymar Sr., was a former footballer, and though his career never reached global fame, he carried an undying love for the sport. But Neymar's life almost ended before it had even truly begun. In 1992, when Neymar was still a baby, his family was involved in a horrific car accident. His father suffered severe injuries, and in the chaos of the crash, Neymar was missing. His parents desperately searched for him, and after what must have felt like an eternity, they found him, trapped under a seat, hurt but miraculously alive. That moment changed their lives forever. With his own football career cut short due to injuries from the crash, Neymar Sr. made a decision. He would dedicate his life to ensuring that his son had every opportunity he never did. And so Neymar Jr.'s football journey began before he could even walk properly. With a ball at his feet, his destiny was already taking shape. Brazil is a country that breathes football, and Neymar was no exception. He started playing in the streets, where the tight spaces forced him to develop lightning-fast footwork and dazzling skills, but it was futsal that truly shaped him. Unlike regular football, futsal is played on a smaller, enclosed court with a heavier ball. It requires quick reflexes, creativity, and extraordinary control. Neymar was just 6 years old when he began playing futsal competitively, and within a few years, he was already outclassing kids much older than him. By the time he was 11 years old, his name was already being whispered among scouts. He had something special, an unpredictable style, dazzling footwork, and an eye for goal. It was only a matter of time before big clubs came knocking on his door. And so, in 2003, Neymar signed with Santos FC, the legendary club that produced icons like Pelé. He was only 11, but he was about to take the first step toward global superstardom. At 17 years old, Neymar made his professional debut for Santos in 2009. It didn't take long for him to make an impact. His speed, dribbling, and incredible finishing ability made him an instant fan favorite. Within months, he was not just a promising youngster, he was a superstar in Brazil. Over the next few years, Neymar took Santos to new heights. In 2011, he led the club to their first Copa Libertadores title in almost 50 years, cementing his status as the new king of Brazilian football. That same year, he won the FIFA Puskas Award for the best goal of the year, an absolutely stunning solo effort. Europe was watching. Clubs like Real Madrid, Chelsea, and Barcelona were all desperate to sign him. The pressure was immense, but Neymar remained focused. He wanted to finish what he started in Brazil before making the leap to Europe. In 2013, Neymar finally made the move to Europe, joining FC Barcelona. The expectations were sky high, but Neymar didn't just meet them, he shattered them. With Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez, Neymar formed the most feared attacking trio in football history, MSN. They tore through defenses, won countless trophies, and in 2015, they reached the pinnacle, winning the UEFA Champions League. But Neymar wanted more. He didn't just want to be a part of greatness. He wanted to be the greatest himself. and that led to the most shocking transfer in football history. In 2017, Neymar became the most expensive player ever, moving to PSG for €222 million. He became the face of the club, but injuries, controversies, and Champions League heartbreaks followed. Despite everything, Neymar remains a Brazilian legend, still chasing World Cup glory and rewriting football history. In the first part of our story, we witnessed Neymar's rise from the streets of Brazil to becoming one of the most electrifying footballers of all time. From his early days at Santos to his legendary spell with Barcelona, his record-breaking transfer to PSG, and his pursuit of footballing greatness. But Neymar's journey didn't stop there. The years after his move to Paris Saint-Germain were filled with triumphs, heartbreaks, injuries, and questions about his legacy. And as he moved into the final stages of his career, the world was left wondering, what's next for Neymar Jr.? When Neymar signed for Paris Saint-Germain in 2017, he was expected to take the club to the next level, to lead them to their first-ever Champions League title and establish himself as the world's best player. The weight of expectations was immense, but in his debut season, he wasted no time proving his worth. With his dazzling footwork, blistering speed, and creative genius, Neymar lit up Ligue 1. He formed a deadly partnership with Kylian Mbappé and Edinson Cavani, dominating French football. But just when everything seemed perfect, disaster struck. In February 2018, Neymar suffered a metatarsal injury, a cruel blow that ruled him out for months and forced him to miss PSG's crucial Champions League knockout tie. It was the beginning of a frustrating cycle of injuries that would haunt his time in Paris. Despite returning stronger the next season, Neymar's PSG journey was filled with ups and downs. He won multiple league titles, but PSG kept falling short in Europe. The media began questioning his commitment. Rumors of a return to Barcelona kept surfacing, and then came 2020, the year Neymar finally got his chance to prove his doubters wrong. For the first time in history, PSG reached the Champions League final, with Neymar playing a key role. He was at his best, leading the attack, creating chances, and showing the world why he was one of the best. But in the final, PSG fell to Bayern Munich, losing 1-0. It was heartbreak, but Neymar had taken them closer than ever before. Beyond club football, Neymar's biggest dream was to win the FIFA World Cup for Brazil. He had come close in 2014, but an injury ruled him out in the quarterfinals. In 2018, Brazil fell short again, losing to Belgium in the quarterfinals. The tournament was also controversial for Neymar. His reputation as a showman was overshadowed by accusations of diving and theatrics. Memes flooded the internet, and critics questioned whether he could ever lead Brazil to glory. But Neymar refused to give up. The 2022 World Cup in Qatar was his chance to fulfill his destiny. In the quarterfinals, Neymar produced one of the most beautiful goals of his career against Croatia, a moment of magic that seemed to secure Brazil's place in the semi-finals. But in the dying moments, Croatia equalized and went on to win in a penalty shootout. It was devastation. Neymar, heartbroken, even hinted at retirement from international football, but deep down, everyone knew he wasn't finished yet. As the years passed, Neymar's time at PSG seemed to be coming to an end. Injuries, squad tensions, and constant media criticism took their toll. In 2023, after 6 years in Paris, Neymar made another shocking decision. He left Europe altogether. In August 2023, Neymar joined Al Hilal, becoming one of the highest-paid footballers in the world. Some saw it as the end of his competitive career, while others believed he still had unfinished business. But the injuries followed him even there. Just a few months into his new chapter, Neymar suffered another devastating knee injury, ruling him out for months. So, where does Neymar go from here? Will he make one final return to European football? Will he have one last shot at World Cup glory in 2026? Or will he redefine his career in new ways? One thing is certain. Love him or hate him, Neymar has already left an indelible mark on football history. He's been a magician, an entertainer, a warrior, and a symbol of Brazilian flair. What do you think Neymar's next chapter will be? Let us know in the comments.